Welcome to TruPowur, home of the most powerful marketing tools, training, and technology on planet Earth. Get ready to earn, enjoy, and experience more than you ever dreamed was possible. If you're tired of just getting by and ready to really thrive, then buckle in and listen up. Here's your host, Matt Fox.
Hello and welcome this fine day. Today on episode 255 of TruPowur Academy, we are going to be talking about the anatomy of a solar proposal, the solar pitch, and upgrades to the CRM to help you close more deals. So without any further ado, let me share my screen and let's jump right into it. So to start with, we want to talk about some of the upgrades that we have added to the CRM. We know that when making phone calls, it increases the probability of that phone being answered when you're using local numbers. So we have started adding local area codes so that when you start making dials, it will automatically recognize the area code that you're dialing and then pull a phone number that corresponds to that same area code so that it will look like a local phone call. For example, if I pull up one of the leads here and my little test lead, so you can see that for this customer, if the phone number starts with 214 and I dial that number, you can see that the system is automatically going to pull a local phone number to make that call. So when the customer sees the caller ID, it is going to be in the same area code that you're calling. Currently, we have started adding local numbers starting with Texas, and that kind of corresponds with some of the process that we're pushing out, especially on the solar side, which is what we're going to be talking about today. Now, we have updated the solar pitch, which is going to make it a whole lot easier when you're talking to a residential homeowner. But overall, here's the deal. There is no cost, absolutely no obligation. And if you want, you can use one of our promotional offers to kind of get their attention and say, look, this is a no cost, absolutely no obligation opportunity to see if your home qualifies. Not all homes do. But if you'll take the moment to find out, not only do you have the potential to save an extremely large amount of money and especially over the years be able to take and have ownership and energy independence, but I'd be willing to give you something in exchange for taking care of that today. And if you go to the quick launch menu, down here where you have the customer appreciation and gifts, the default is always going to land on the $500 off on restaurant cash, but you have a whole selection of things that you have available. So if you're wanting to give somebody an all-inclusive Mexican Caribbean getaway, you've got a lot of different choices. All you have to do is put that customer's email address in there, and it will send them the details of that promotion. So don't be afraid to use that as an offer when you're talking to people. So if I could show you a way to lock in a lower cost of energy, saving tens of thousands of dollars over the next 20 years and help you reduce your carbon footprint with zero out of pocket, would you be open for a free evaluation to see if your home qualifies? All it takes is for you to send me a copy of your electric bill and we can get the process started. So that's pretty simple. Now, for the most part, we want to talk to customers who have an electric bill where the cost is greater than 10 cents per kWh to be a good candidate for solar. Problem is, when they look at the bill, most of the time, the only place that it shows how much they're paying per kWh is based on the supplier. So if the supplier shows that they're paying 7 cents, don't worry about that. Look at how much they're currently paying for the entire bill. So if that customer is paying $300 a month and they use 2,000 kWh, you would take the 300, divide it by 2,000. That's actually going to be 15 cents. That's supply and delivery included. So we want to make sure that we compare apples, oranges to oranges when we're looking at the utility bill. Currently, we have all of these states are available for the solar install program. And on average, agents, brokers, and solar pros are earning $7,000 to $12,000 for every install. So if you're doing a minimum of one a week, that's going to add another $25,000 to $30,000 to your revenue each month. And we're going to be doing some promotions to kind of help bolster that a little bit. But the other side is when you get their email address to send them some information, put in their email address, click save so it's in the system. You're going to click on the send email and select from the templates the first utility bill request for solar. And from here, it is going to pre-populate that information from the customer record so that John enjoyed speaking with you today. Per our conversation, you can click here for more information about Zero Down Solar. You can upload a copy, then click that, of your most recent electric bill, or just attach a copy in the reply to this email. If you don't have a copy on hand, you can log into your electric account and download a PDF copy of your electric bill. It's really that simple. Remember, there's no obligation to see if your home qualifies for energy savings through solar. And of course, all of your information, there is a link that will give them more information as to why they should switch to solar, along with a brochure that is attached. So everything is already there. All you have to do is select the template and hit send. When that customer opens the email, of course, you know that you're going to get a pop-up on your screen letting you know that the customer has opened up the email. So that's always the best time to follow up call with that customer when they have what you sent them open in front of them. So it's just simple. Have you had a chance to take a look at that email yet? As a matter of fact, I'm looking at it now. Perfect timing. They don't know that you know. So anyway, so that is really straightforward. It's very simple. And so what we're going to be doing over the next 10 weeks is doing some promotions. And we are actually in the process right now of adding some specific homeowner leads into the system. So we'll be adding that to the lead request form. I don't think it's on there yet, but you can send an email to support, and support will populate some special solar leads. These are people that are, first off, they're homeowners. They are going to be in an age range of 35 to 65 with a household income of over 50,000 per year, with a home value of 300,000 plus, with a credit score of at least 600 and higher. So a lot of that is already going to be done. You can see that we have added some extra fields here on the form, which will show you the home value and their credit rating. when you're looking at that customer. I haven't loaded any into our training portal here, so we're not going to see that, but that will appear down here. And then, of course, when you look at pulling up your leads, you will select that solar down here at the bottom. So that will help you sort those leads a little better. So one of the things that I did want to talk about is the anatomy of the proposal and how that can work for you. So let me pull something up here for you. All right. So the anatomy of the proposal. There are 9 pages of the proposal, and they include all of the details you need to present a compelling solar solution for your customers. Remember, in the beginning, for the first 3 deals, somebody will actually mentor and walk you through that process and help close those deals. And then you can do it on your own. If you're not comfortable with it, we'll continue to do that for you. Not a problem. So what's on the cover page? The cover page is the first page your customer will see, and it includes the contact information about the customer, as well as the name and email of the person presenting the proposal. And the second page of the proposal is the system design overview, which gives the customer a preview of their system layout, the placement of the panels on their roof or property, as well as details including equipment, system size, and estimate annual production. And so the system design overview page presents the customers with a summary of their system, including the types of modules, number of modules, the type of inverter, the number of inverters, these details, as well as any location of the customer's home, are used to calculate estimated early production using federal production data from the National Renewable Energy Laboratories, which is the NREL. This data factors historical weather data and equipment details to provide accurate production estimates. So that's really important. We're able to click on the system details button to see the design assumptions listed for each of the arrays, including the tilt orientation, number of panels selected, shade percentage, and sunlight hours on each one of those arrays. So a lot of control when looking at the proposal, and it's very interactive. The next page, the third page of the proposal, is the usage graph, which provides a visual display of the solar production for your customer, so they can see what they can expect, compare on the historical energy consumption. The data on this page is based on the utility bill that is collected from the customer. The fourth page of the proposal is the savings summary page, which provides a brief overview of the value proposition for your customer. The accuracy of this page depends on information that you provide in the proposal tool, which is why attention to detail and accuracy is very important. So we want to make sure that we're getting those offsets accurate. And so we're able to actually pull that data in from the utility so that we get an accurate reading as to what their usage is over the past 12 months, so that we can make adjustments on that solar array to give them the best offset and opportunity. The fifth page of the proposal summarizes the financial details for your customer's solar project, including any details about their solar loan, incentives, and the cost of their investment. Now, we offer a zero down, and the finance company will also provide a written check to the customer for the first year worth of payments. So in essence, they have zero down, no payments for a year. Now they can use that and do a principal reduction. They can apply that and use that to make the payments over the next course of the year. Or I've even seen some people use it and just go on a vacation, but that's entirely up to them. So it's very important. On the financial details page, you'll be able to see multiple loan options available. All we have to do is click on the blue box showing the loan product in order, select the finance options, and choose from the available products that are listed. Then you can select the loan options page will update the summary of that payment for the loan that you've selected. So it's very interactive. And where you see that dark button where you can see your current utility bill, you can actually slide that button across the page. So if you see that you have somebody who normally would pay, say, a $400 electric bill, and you see that having ownership of that where their solar payment was $200 a month, as you slide that forward, going forward 5, 10, 15 years, you're going to see that based on historical data, the amount of that electric bill, in other words, if their neighbor used energy exactly the way they did, their neighbor over the next 5, 10, 15 years is going to go from $400 a month to $800 a month to $1,200 a month to $1,600 a month. Believe it or not, but your customer is going to be fixed at a $200 rate or whatever that solar payment is. So it's going to stay flat, just like a fixed mortgage for the duration of that loan. And so on the 6th page of the proposal presents an opportunity to look at the financial savings offered by the solar proposal that you designed or that we designed, and more details. So the detail is saving summary provides a clear picture of the complete value proposition that your solar proposal offers your customers once you've generated the proposal and accurate usage equipment and financing has been selected. This page will also show how much your customer will save with solar. This includes a graph showing savings over time from solar compared to utility cost and the payoff period for solar, at which point your customer has recovered their investment and paid off their loan. So now they're working with an opportunity where they are going to own their energy with nothing out of pocket. And of course, now with legislation, we have an opportunity to provide a federal tax credit of 30%. And in this example, you can see that the loan amount was $47,000. That is going to give the customer a 30% tax credit of $14,000. So that's pretty significant. Simply put, the savings from solar are calculated by comparing how much your customer will pay if they stay with electric and continue to pay their utility company for electricity or switch to solar. The figures are calculated and rising cost on the utility bill, which happens by avoiding these payments in the future. So this is based on a default of 4% annual utility bill increase. We have seen, obviously, just within this year, where utility costs have gone up as much as 40%. So it's not really out of line by using a 4% annual bill increase. While 4% per year may not sound like a lot, when you show the customers the 4% can do over time, the numbers make it very clear that the cost of doing nothing is unacceptable. So I think that's really important to talk to the customer about that pain points. And so the seventh page of the proposal summarizes the solar impact, showing some of the additional benefits of going solar from both an environmental and financial perspective, which financial savings are skyrocketing. Utility bills are often the factors that inspire homeowners to go solar. So there are other benefits of going solar. And so we can also refer the customer to the Power Impact Report, which is a web page dedicated to showing the positive impact that we're using and doing, committed to creating benefits for customers through energy independence. The next slide on page 8 is the power proposal outline. So the process of going solar with the only 100% virtual solar company in the industry. As a virtual company, we can provide the greatest selection of equipment and affordable options to the customer while working with the best installers, partners to keep up with all of the rapid growth. So it's really important to let them know that we're not working for a solar company. We're working for the customer because we have choices. We have access to all of the suppliers, all of the installers, and all of that stuff is vetted to make sure that we're having only but the best equipment. And unlike all of your other companies, we provide the customer a 30-year warranty on all of their solar array and roof. And so that is a value point. Obviously, we don't want to have to go out there and have to do repairs and fixes. So we want to make sure that that stuff is done correctly the first time. On the 9th page and final page of the proposal is basically just the summary page, which provides a clear and comprehensive overview of each detail that you've presented in the proposal. So now I want to talk about some bonuses that we're going to be doing over the next 10 weeks. So over the course of the next 10 weeks, each week, we are going to be adding some extra bonuses. So here we go. Bonus number 1, week number 1. The first 10 people to submit 10 solar deals in Texas between February 1st and April 15th will receive a new 13-inch MacBook Pro. So outside of the fact that that will add another $70,000 to your income, that should be enough. If you're interested in a MacBook Pro so that you can have something to take with you, obviously the jobs must be installed without cancellation to receive the incentive. Next week, we will have bonus number 2, and we will continue this right up through April 15th. And so we've got some really exciting things happening there. So let's take and pause here for a moment and open the floor for some Q&A. And if you're watching this on the replay, none of our Q&A sessions are recorded. So if you do have questions, then next time be sure to join us live and get your questions answered. So if any of you have not gotten into the Discord portal, make sure that you get registered and set up in there, because that's where you can find a lot of valuable information and network with other agents and brokers around the country. So I hope that you found value in today's information. And with that, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. So until next time, have fun storming the castle. Bye now.